working again. I just need to find a way to disable that beeping. Right, but let us go and now use our last page. This is the last torn page that we have, but there's still one page that's left. You don't have to worry. Once you beat this one, it will naturally come to you. There are only 5 torn pages in the game, but now we're getting to a minigame that unfortunately I couldn't cut out to show out the real one. But I was wondering, oh, what's going on? I'm missing one. I might as well just go on ahead. Well, everyone seems to be here. Wonder why. Yeah, where's Pooh? Everyone else is here. I see. That wouldn't be good. Now, for this one, this cutscene, I honestly used a little bit of the English translation more as well, because at this point, this was right after I had just translated Atlantica, so I was still a bit frustrated. But it's true, if we're worried about Pooh, we should go and find him ourselves. And just like always, Rue is following what Tigger is saying. You have a point there, Rabbit. Owl does not like being interrupted. Well, we should probably go inside because this sounds like an excuse for a mini game. Now you might notice, oh, there's no chests right here, no puzzle pieces. That's because they're all inside this area. This is the entire reason why I cannot cut out the first take of this mini game. But I'm not going to be putting in the second one for it in the minigame video. The reason is, it's pretty simple. What we have to do is we have to guide everyone to where Pooh is. Pooh will always be in the same spot. Now the difference is, the first time you do this, you have a time limit of 5 minutes, which is why I have sped this up, because I will actually be using all of it, because I will be getting all the chests and all of the puzzle pieces, which is right there. Now, there's going to be bees that show up every once in a while. What happens is, there's the brave meter, you might notice there. If the brave meter falls down, which it can fall down by, you know, everyone getting hit on the head with a rock, or Sora falling on that ice, or the bees, what we end up having to do is we have to call everyone back together with the triangle button. Now, what I end up doing is I use the excuse that everyone's running around to get the remaining chests that are right around here, like this mithril crystal, this guard recipe. That's for the guard boost, actually. Now we can use that. We have bees right here, and Pooh is down right over here. Now, Pooh's always going to be in that spot. So, really, you just have to get everyone down there. Your best bet on what you have to do is you have to do this for the Jiminy objective in 1 minute and 30 seconds. That is actually a lot easier than it sounds. I don't know if it'll count it the first time you end up doing this. It won't count it for me because I'm busy going after all the chests that are around here. Which this should be, I believe, the last chest right here. It's an AP up, and I believe that is the last chest that is inside of the cave area. Now, it was at this point I lost Rue and Piglet, because they were inside one of the little areas, and unfortunately were not with me. But I could hear them, is the problem. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is you can lose everyone if you go too far, if you're not careful. Alright, so that calms everyone down, but here I'm going, oh, where are Piglet and Rue? Where are they? Where are they? I mean, I've got so little time left. Okay, that's the entrance, but they're not over there. Where are they? They were actually inside of a walled area. In fact, I believe they are right next to me right now because I could hear them right now. I'm going, oh, where are they? I gotta find them. Come on, I only have like a minute left. Ah, there they are. All right, so once you have everyone, what you have to do is you have to take them to the end, and once you're there, there's Pooh. And that's how you do that. Do that in 1 minute, 30 seconds. You will complete the Jiminy objective.
Pooh, there you are. Hey, we looked everywhere for you.
I was looking for a very dear friend that I remember I made a very important promise to.
So, did you find him?
No, I looked and looked, but he doesn't seem to be anywhere.
Oh, Pooh Boy, so there you are.
But Tigger, did you have to bounce me so bouncily?
Gosh, I thought a Jagular had gotten you.
Oh dear, I hadn't thought of that. I do hope a Jagular hasn't gone and gobbled up my friend.
Now try to remember, Pooh. Isn't Sora the one you're looking for?
Oh, the Jagular.
No, it's just your tummy grumbling. You must be hungry. Come on, let's head home and see if we can find you some honey.
I'd like that, Sora.
Pooh, you finally remembered.
Remembered what, Sora?
Pooh.
I like it ever so much when you're cheerful, Sora.
Me too, Pooh.
Oh, there's a bit of a rumbly in my tumbly.
All right, then let's go home.
Good thing now, Pooh seems to be able to remember us. And for our reward, we get an interesting Keyblade. This is the Keyblade I was talking about that used to have Lucky Lucky on it, but it was taken off due to Final Mix for some odd reason deciding, no, it doesn't get Lucky Lucky. Instead, I believe it gets a healing ability, but it's really not that good. Now, that Keyblade also is the only Keyblade in this game with a 0 attack. It is by far the weakest Keyblade. If I wanted to, I could fight many of the bosses in this game with that Keyblade. Just to show how pathetic they are. Sadly, I never do that in the project. Maybe one day I will. But after we have finished up that last section, the final page appears, and it is Starry Hill, just like in the first game. Uh-oh. Ah, Great Pooh's in trouble. Alright, Pooh, we're coming to save you, but that's a big chest right there, so you're going to have to wait a little bit. So, let's open up this big chest right here and see what we get. We get the Cosmic Ring, another one of the cosmic items like the Cosmic Arts and the Cosmic Chain. The Cosmic Ring gives you an 8 for AP. Originally, that was one of the best ones in the entire game. However, there's one more ring that was added into Final Mix that kind of trumps that one by a lot. But first things first, what we have to do is we have to get the chest around here. Now, what I'm going to say is this next mini game, there's a star recipe. That's for, I believe, another one of the magic ones. So we need to get that puzzle piece right there. This next mini game is a timing-based mini game. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a score of at least either 8,000 or 9,000 with it. You have to time the power bar and then release the honey pot that we're going to be doing by spinning Pooh around. If you aim it in the right area, you will be able to get enough speed for it. If my audience are familiar with Kirby games, it's actually, in timing-wise, I find is near exactly the same as the timing in the canon minigame that is inside of some of the Kirby games. The one that's instantly coming to my mind for the first one that it's probably the most like would be Kirby Return to Dreamland, actually. The timing is just like that. The higher you get the power, the better it is, and if you release the pot while you still have enough power, then you should be able to get the score. It does take a while, however. I will tell you that for a fact. It took me at least 6 tries. But keep persevering and always make sure that you launch the pot around the area to where there is, you know, more space. So pretty much by where Eeyore's house used to be in the first game. Alright, so pretty much the direction you're facing right now, that's where you want to do it. And how fast does it go? Whoop! There we go.
Oh, yummy.
And there we go. Almost, I think I almost maxed that out. I think that maxes out at 9,999.
So, what were you doing here?
I was thinking, perhaps there's a way to make it so you won't go away.
You mean a way to make me stay?
Yes. Would there be such a thing as a way to make it so you don't go away again?
Pooh. Don't worry. I promise I'll come back and visit you now and then.
Could you make it now and now instead? That seems a bit better to me. Sora, if I go looking for you, will I find you?
I'll always be with you, right here. You don't have to go anywhere. Just stay here, and you can see me anytime you want.
You mean I just have to stay right here?
Yep, that's all.
Would you promise?
Promise.
I promise too.
And so do Roo and I.
We sure do.
You're welcome to visit us anytime, Sora.
Thanks.
After all, I must tell you of my Uncle Albert's adventures at sea.
Guess you'll be staying a while.
Goodbye, Sora.
Thanks, Gopher.
If you ever get lonely, just start bouncing and think of your pal Tigger.
I will, Tigger.
You're leaving?
Yes, I really have to go.
Well, I won't be sad, because you'll always be right here forever and ever, right, Sora?
And all of you are right here too.
Aww.
See ya.
Just like last time. We leave on Starry Hill. And we have a little bit of a torn book, but with the book fully restored, a new cover is made. And thus completes the 100-Acre Wood. And for your reward, the final Cure element, making Cura Curaga and another Orichalcum Plus. As a result, as of now, we will have 6 of the Orichalcum Pluses. That is all but one that is necessary in order to basically, you know, make the Ultima weapon. The last one you get from getting all the synthesis items. Right now I'm going to the synthesis shop to turn everything in, and I felt I should turn that in right now to show it off. Unfortunately, I have said this before, I will not be getting the Ultima weapon in the first run for this. The reason for it is because I don't go to the super dungeon of this game in time, because I do need to do the super dungeon to get the, you know, other items. All right, no, the second one that we ended up getting was for the ribbon recipe, but we can make AP ups, and when you end up doing the synthesis for it, for the second one, you make guard ups, and when you do the guard ups, second one, you make power ups. And I said that completely wrong. When you do an AP ups second one with a Serenity Crystal, you will create a magic up, and when you end up doing a guard up second one, you make a power up. Now, that seems like it'd take a while to synthesize if you wanted to. Well, you're in luck. There's something else in this game that makes it a bit easier to get guards up and power ups, but that's not going to be until later. For right now, though, every world is complete, as you can see. And you might have noticed it said, oh, well, there's a new chapter that was added. That is because of another new chapter that was added. That was actually because it was constantly adding the 100-acre woods, and I just didn't leave the world. But we have every single world done, even the 2 optional, entirely optional worlds. So, I think it's about time we start heading towards the end of the game. So, let's take on the final Gummy Ship mission. Now, this is why I was, combining it with the 100-acre woods, because I knew it would. So, I think we should do, I don't know, we have all these different, falcons, but let's go with the Highwind level 8 for this one. This is the final Gummy Ship mission in the game, ladies and gentlemen. This is also the final Gummy Ship mission in which, if you are going to be doing all of the missions in general, you will actually have a super boss to fight. And that super boss got a recolor in Final Mix. I'm not going to put it off screen since I'm not doing Gummy Ship missions, but it's pretty cool, I think. But now, we're going to be tackling something that Disney must have predicted in the future.
Full speed ahead!
We are tackling pretty much the assault on the Death Star. Only, we can't have a Death Star because Disney didn't own the rights then. So what do we have instead? Why, something even worse. We have the Death Cube! Or Death Rectangle. Yeah, that looks more like a Death Rectangle than a Death Cube. Although Death Cube sounds more badass. Now, I always find that this place gives me a lot of frame drops, and that's only because there's so much going on screen, for one, and 2, my disc is a little bit scratched up from being played too much. But other than that, same strategy applies. Just keep spinning and mashing the laser button. Now, interesting fact, you can actually destroy the Death Cube. It will be forever known as the Death Cube, by the way. But I don't have a ship that's strong enough to do that. In fact, I don't think any of the base ships that you're given inside this game will actually give you one, unless it's the max models, I believe. Now, what is a max model? It's pretty much as it sounds. It's a max model of the Gummy Ship that you're using. There are 3 max models that will be unlocked, and they are unlocked through this one. I believe through this one, I only unlocked the Highwind max, but I will never be showing it off since this is the last Gummy Ship mission, and, no real point in showing it off. Meanwhile, I am assaulting all of the nobodies in their Death Cube, and showing how ineffectual they are. Oh, they should really be trying harder. I mean, come on. It's not like you have a Death Cube. If you could not tell, I like saying Death Cube. Now, if we waited a few years, then this could have just been made the Death Star. In fact, I actually wouldn't be surprised if in the future for Gummy Ship missions, if Star Wars stuff isn't what is made for Gummy Ship missions, because it kind of would fit for that in all honesty. Like a world, yeah, that would be interesting and all, but I honestly think that they could do a lot more with Gummy Ship missions now that they have the rights to Star Wars. Well, Disney does. Nomura did say he was interested in Star Wars. As long as we don't have Jar Jar Binks. No, wait, no. He can make that actually good if I end up killing Jar Jar Binks while in space. That would be perfect. Destroy Jar Jar Binks. And now I am just thinking of blowing up Jar Jar Binks in a Gummy Ship. That'd be great. But we're at the power core. Yep. And believe it or not, that power core gives you a special gummy if you blow it up. Unfortunately, though, since I am not really in a very powerful Gummy Ship and I'm just using the default ones, it's not going to be that powerful. I do think, though, that I think there might be a challenge just for doing this with, like, the first Gummy Ship mission, but I think that would be more like a bragging rights sort of thing than the actual ones, unlike the Gummy Ship mission from the first Final Mix. But, take too long, the core solidifies, and it's getting ready to charge, which means we gotta get the hell out of here. We couldn't stop the Death Cube, and now Nondor dies. We can't use Endor. Endor is copyrighted. Oh, there goes Nondor. Ah, great. It's gonna fire again. It's got a better firing rate than the Death Star. But there we go. Route open. And we unlock mission 1 and 2. The Highwind Max. So that completes all Gummy Ship missions for the routes to open them. And as a result, we have re-unlocked Twilight Town. So, anyway guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to be going back to Twilight Town. So, see you guys next time.